So today we have DCEU Darkseid taking on MCU Odin. Who wins? Let's find out. And for today's video, it's going to be a little different because neither of these guys have a lot of feats. So I'm mostly just going to focus on the things that we do know about them and determine who's more powerful. So, with Darkseid, we know he's a warlord that's several thousands of years old and who had conquered every planet he attacked except for Earth. He easily overpowered and killed a Green Lantern and take his attacks like they were nothing. He was able to fight against gods like Zeus and Ares, and probably King Atlan too. During Batman's dream, we've seen him kill Aquaman under the water with his own trident, which is insanely impressive, seeing that Arthur gets more powerful when he's under the water. We also seen in that dream the death of Wonder Woman, and I think it's a safe bet that Darkseid had a part to play in that. Uh, we also know that he was significantly more powerful than Steppenwolf, seeing that Steppenwolf was trembling in his boots and just downright terrified of Darkseid when he showed up. And Steppenwolf was able to fight against Cyborg, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman simultaneously and put up a great fight against them, as well as get us that remain conscious after their attacks and take a brutal beating from Superman and remain conscious through that. He also survived a fatal blow from Ares' axe to the shoulder and chest. We also seen his Omega beams in Batman's dream, and although we don't know what they're capable of, if they're anything like they were in the comics, they're very powerful. We also know he's a savage warrior with several thousands of years of experience. He really is just a master combatant all around. Uh, so yeah, he's very powerful for the little things that we do know about him. That's Darkseid. But in the other corner, we have Odin, and he is also extremely powerful. He was the king of Asgard and the eight other realms, which means he's immensely powerful. Despite doing very little on screen, there's a lot of lore around him. Firstly, he led his army into Lord knows how many wars and battles successfully against other realms like the Frost Giants and the Dark Elves. We know he overpowered and beat Hela on two separate occasions, and she was able to consistently overpower Thor and even shatter Mjolnir with just one hand with ease. Actually, it was his own life force keeping her locked away. We also know he fought and beat Surtur and stopped Ragnarok from happening. Now, we don't know which Surtur he beat. It could have been the Surtur that Thor easily beat, or it could have been the Surtur at the end of the movie that stood 8,000 meters tall and completely destroyed Asgard, which was one of the nine realms like Earth and Nidavellir, and killed Hela in the process. Or maybe he fought him where he was in between those two higher levels, which was still able to easily destroy parts of Asgard and flick Hulk away like a bug. I think it's more likely Odin fought and beat Surtur at one of his weaker power levels, because why would he risk his kingdom and people like that? He would have known Ragnarok was coming just like Thor did. He would have stopped it ASAP. Not to mention, he didn't have the power to kill Hela, which is why he banished her, while the most powerful Surtur that we've seen did kill Hela. Still impressive though, because even at his weaker power levels, Surtur was still a threatening foe. He also showed that he knows sorcery, seeing that he put the worthy enchantment on Mjolnir and broke out of Loki's spell. He too also had thousands and thousands and thousands of years of combat experience, and he carried the magical spear known as Gugnir, and I'm sure he was very skilled in using it, either as a blunt or piercing weapon or with its magical powers. So, who wins? Well, it's hard to say since they both haven't done very much. Both have to rely on the lore around them. But I think I'm siding with Odin on this one, and here's why. We know Darkseid was more powerful than Steppenwolf, and we know Odin was more powerful than Hela. Without taking a deep dive into it, I think Hela would beat Steppenwolf, at least eventually. Not to mention, Darkseid nearly died when struck by Ares' axe, and I'm sure Gugnir could do the same. Uh, so at the end of the day, I'm siding with Odin on this one. I do believe, as we see more of Darkseid in the future, that the outcome of this fight might change. But yeah, I'm siding with Odin as of now. Odin wins. And actually, as it stands now, I believe Odin is the most powerful being to ever show up in the MCU as of now, aside from Surtur and and Thanos with the 6 Infinity Stones. But anyways, Odin wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment of what you think, and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and other great stuff. Catch you on the next one. Peace.